There are moments in life when the world seems to conspire against the dreamer. When the climb is too steep, the night is too long, and the voices around you whisper that it's already too late. Yet, within that silence, between failure and faith lies the most sacred human truth. Belief is the only thing that cannot be taken from you. To believe in yourself when no one else does is not arrogance. It is defiance against inevitability. It is the quiet rebellion of the soul that refuses to accept the limits others have drawn. Whether you rise to the summit and fall again, or begin to ascend long after the crowd has gone home, the journey remains yours alone. A testament to the endurance of will over circumstance. For greatness is not measured on how high you climb, or by how many times you choose to begin again. And in that choice, the relentless, unyielding faith in your own becoming, you become not just who you are, but who you were always meant to be. Riding a 6-fight winning streak, with his last 3 victories coming against top 10 opposition, Joseph Parker, the current WBO interim heavyweight champion, now faces the heavyweight hammer, Fabio Wardley. Wardley has carved out his reputation as one of the division's most ruthless finishers, stopping 18 of his 20 opponents with emphatic violence. When Joseph Parker steps into the ring, he carries the composure of a man who has seen every shadow of the fight game. A former world champion, Parker embodies the archetype of the technical boxer puncher. Measured, intelligent, and efficient. His rhythm is built on timing rather than chaos. His power is delivered through precision rather than brute force. Parker's jab is his compass, guiding him through exchanges and setting traps for counters. He moves with a quiet confidence, circling danger rather than charging in, using subtle head movement and footwork to control range. His style is one of patience, a craftsman's approach to violence, where every punch is calculated, every wrist weighed. Fabio Wardley represents the modern puncher, a heavyweight who thrives on pressure, aggression, and instinct. He doesn't fight to outpoint, he fights to destroy. His stance is looser, his rhythm unpredictable, and his offense built on explosive bursts that can end a bout in an instant. Wardley's power is his language. He speaks it fluently, and few have survived the conversation. Yet beneath the raw aggression lies a growing sense of composure, a fighter learning to harness chaos without losing his edge. This matchup is a study of opposites. Parker's discipline versus Wardley's destruction. Experience against hunger. Structure against spontaneity. In essence, it's a battle between the sculptor and the hammer. One looking to shape the fight like an artist, while the other seeking to shatter it with brute force.
There goes. Don't take your eyes.
Extend your hand to the beast, but do not forget what it is. You knew his hunger long before you met his eyes. Stand before it, and nature will finish what curiosity began. Wardley entered the bout as the recognized puncher, while many anticipated Parker would rely on movement to disrupt the power puncher's balance. He instead chose defiance, standing his ground and meeting the beast head on.
He's always going to have a gap down the middle.
Again, going. Real tension here, and now Parker.
Parker pumped his jab for control. It anchored his position, nullifying Wardley's attempts to establish his own jab, and by extension, his dangerous right hand.
As quick as he was.
He doesn't need to be that quick.
From the opening exchanges, Parker made his intentions clear. He would strike first and strike sharply. It was a statement of authority, a refusal to be bullied or backed down by Wardley's power. Wardley's poison lay in his right hand. Parker understood that to unleash it, Wardley first had to step in with his lead. To neutralize that threat, Parker targeted the source, countering Wardley's jab before he could set up the right.
The left hook, the counter left hook for Joseph.
Boys late stoppage defeat has got through.
In that corner, unable to move away. All he had to do is move his legs. I don't think he could.
And when Wardley tried to bypass the setup, shooting a lead overhand, Parker had an answer waiting for that as well. Counterpunching is a game of fractions. Nothing is guaranteed. Timing must be perfect, and the margin for error is razor thin. Though Wardley was being met and measured on the way in, he remained dangerous, as one clean connection is all it took to rewrite the fight.
25.
He didn't catch him in the knuckle of the goal. He shot it for Wardley.
Actually, was a right hand higher on the head of Parker, and it really scrambled
Around us, and it's all Fabio Wardley, and Parker's going home.
Both fighters took each other's power impressively. Though each were visibly shaken at moments, neither allowed the impact to derail the focus or force them away from the game plan. Parker controlled the tempo of the fight, boxing sharply behind his jab and keeping Wardley contained. Though Wardley entered as a feared puncher, few anticipated just how elusive his defense would be. Working from a Philly shell, he showed a solid foundation in slipping, dipping, and rolling. Movements that kept him competitive even under pressure.
Shot, and that puts you on notice. That puts you in. You're always well aware. And I think
exciting stuff, landing heavy shots on the back foot there, Wardley, and then back came Parker.
Parker's experience showed in how he adapted. Recognizing Wardley's tendency to dip beneath the jab, Parker began to bait the motion, snapping the jab to draw the reaction, the hook and off it. The sequence was calculated. The jab triggered the dip, the hook intercepted it.
Wardley with the jab, back comes Parker. Hunting with that
A bit more, he's starting to use his jab a bit more, and Fabio's.
And if Wardley rose after slipping low, Parker had the right cross waiting to meet him square.
I thought Parker had a better round.
Yeah, he did. More control.
10 seconds.
In round 8.
Good work with the hooks. 1-2. Parker gets back. Good shot. Left hook.
By the middle rounds, Parker had begun to pull ahead. The key factor was his command of the jab, a weapon that kept Wardley off balance, disrupted his rhythm, and denied him space to unload his power freely.
almost leap into it.
Fabio.
Yeah.
This is
Nice shot from Wardley with the uppercut. Back comes Parker.
Didn't panic. He tied him up and turned it.
Although Parker had felt the weight of Wardley's punches, he grew increasingly confident in his ability to withstand them, choosing to stand his ground rather than shifting to more movement. As the fight wore on, logic suggested the punch's power would fade with fatigue. Yet, as the rounds unfolded, it became increasingly clear that Wardley was not the typical puncher. His danger constantly lingered.
They're trying to settle down here. Joe Parley can punch at any time.
just taking a bit of left hook and a chop and right hand and just continue to throw it left, right. Body shot.
And Sue Parker will learn it the hard way. Ahead on all three of the judges' scorecards, he stuck to his game plan to finish strong.
Game jab to the body, it's been really sure what happens next. 4 rounds to go. Joe's out.
Lovely there from
Fabio Wardley, so much credit there.
Look at that.
From the Ipswich gods to lay out justice early. And this time,
That made him stand up straight. And then you counted almost straight away.
oh, good shot there.
Only to be caught by a grazing right hand that would soon send Parker into a descent of chaos.
I thought the 10th round of Evander Holyfield and Riddick Mouse, who has Parker rocking and rolling. Oh my word! And say Joe Parker, wow!
Having survived the onslaught from the end of the 10th, the damage visibly carried through to the next round. And like a lion to a wounded prey, Wardley went in for the finish.
In that cut. Yeah, it doesn't look like...
Parker's in danger of being stopped here. Will be another round.
He's going to slow down here. Take your shots. You
When the fight was stopped, opinions quickly split. Some argued it was an early stoppage, while others pointed out the series of unanswered punches, with no return fire, not even a clinch, that left the referee little choice. Ultimately, when a bout is placed in a referee's hands, this is the risk that comes with it. It was an unfortunate outcome for Parker, who seemed poised for another world title opportunity to only find himself once again on the outside looking in. For Wardley, the result marked another remarkable chapter in his late blooming career. Still learning on the job, he continued to defy expectations, coming out on top as a 4-1 underdog. What truly defines Wardley is his indomitable will to win. No matter how far behind he was on the scorecards, he refused to surrender hope, digging deep, trusting that his power will ultimately carry through. Skills can be taught, but the fight within cannot. And if Wardley possesses one defining trait, it's that relentless will to win.